8 FEDFA members formerly employed on the Richmond Vale Railway commandeered a locomotive a week ago and have been mounting a demonstration beside Bennigan's Drive collecting signatures on a petition. They want further talks with owner Coal & Allied, at which they say they can convince the company that haulage by the railway is viable. But the workers of the Stockington Colliery say the protest itself threatens the viability of the mine. Their spokesman is Colliery Staff Association delegate John Langlois.
The morale of the mine is being undermined by all the publicity for the steam. We're not against the steam, people, but to maintain this colliery where a bulk of our production has to go direct to the port, and that's by truck. The remain goes to Hexham Washery, which would normally be, in our normal production, 1 train load a day. But under adverse
Mr Langlois also refutes claims that nearby residents will be adversely affected, saying the number of trucks will be fewer than before and the road is better.
There are a minimal number of houses, about 5, and to alleviate their problem we have upgraded the road to quite a safe road. The trucks aren't going near Min Mine, and there will be less trucks now than what we were using last year.
So, just what is it that the colliery employees want the FEDFA members to do?
So what are you asking?
That's simple, but it's up to a move first by Coal & Allied.
We're asking them to take their steam engine away from this most dangerous position where they are. We are asking the company to give this steam engine and the rail line to the Tourist Authority with a substantial donation, with other help, so that the tourists may flock to see the steam train as a tourist attraction.
And continue the jobs of the people who were employed
And
there.
the people there can carry on with their steam trains.
Also today, the Hunter Region Association of Councils met and formed a task force to look at boosting employment prospects for retrenched miners. Chairman of the association is Merriwalk President Councillor Ivor Peebles, who has come up with a radical plan.
We've got a unique proposal to put forward to them with regard to funding these projects.
What is that?
Well, a number of things that have been floated, such as toll on the road between Muswellbrook and Newcastle, upgrading the Cessnock Airport, funding that from projects could be brought forward 3 or 4 years, bringing the freeway forward to start from the Cessnock end rather than coming up the highway as it is now.
These are all very big projects. You think putting a toll on the road up there would work? Well, a toll for everybody?
Well, a toll for everybody that uses that wants to use that road, yes.
How do you think motorists at large would respond to that?
Well, if I thought that I was going to get an improved highway such as the New England Highway between Muswellbrook and Newcastle and travelling it as much as I do, I'd be quite happy to pay a reasonable toll on it.
Complete with the new 100 over 6-hour rule, the 1987-88 season got underway with last year's finalists, University and Belmont, coming together at University Oval. The students defending the premiership and Belmont having won 2 of the last 3 finals. Belmont batted first on Saturday and scored 336. Stephen Clarkson and Greg Hook scoring 98 and 96 respectively. For Uni, Tim Curran took 5 for 94 off 36 overs. Today, Uni got off to an excellent start with David Johnston scoring 125. With the score at 6-4-3-29, Belmont's total of 336 looked easily in reach. An excellent bowling saw the students lose 4 wickets for 4 runs. Craig Hamilton for Belmont took 5 for 72, while Neil Hook captured 3 for 55.
Weren't they an answer over the way?
For most, travelling home is the low point of a holiday away, and if many others also travel home at the same time, that trip can be made even more tiresome. In that respect, this long weekend was no different from most. Police as far north as Taree reported heavy southbound traffic all day yesterday. The Pacific Highway through Newcastle and Swansea was flowing reasonably well, although any delay caused traffic to quickly bank up. Locally, police maintained a high profile with both speed checks and random breath testing units. Senior Sergeant Terry Devonshire of Newcastle Highway Patrol says their job was made easier this year by the opening of the new section of freeway, which has taken considerable pressure off the Swansea bottleneck.
Ross, I consider that the traffic has been very good this year. I'm quite sure that there is a reduction, and even to quote figures, somewhere around the 20 to 30% reduction in what we would have normally expected for this time last year.
Sergeant Devonshire says that in general motorists in this area are behaving well.
I consider that there is a reduction in the overall speed. That's the overall speed that motorists normally travel, as in relation to the speed limit, of course. And in actual fact, that's what we're all about. We're all about high profile, and if we can reduce that speed, I think we're halfway there to reducing the road toll.
And you'll be keeping that high profile?
Yes, we certainly will, right throughout the school holidays. We have one more weekend yet to get over, and let's hope that we do retain the same degree of efficiency that we have for the beginning of the school holidays and this long weekend.
Last night's program was a smorgasbord of dance. Jazz ballet, national, modern and classical were all performed by students of Newcastle's leading dancing schools. The Matara Dance Spectacular was organised to help raise funds for the area's new ballet troupe known as Hunter Ballet, who are busily rehearsing for the opening ceremony of the Lake Macquarie Sister City Convention next Sunday. Gold medalist at the recent Fred Astaire Awards held in Florida, Shane Preston, tapped away his winning style. And just when you thought that dance was only for the serious performer, the Marie Walton Mayen Dance Academy showed some of the more humorous happenings that go on during class. For the 72-year-old author, the history of Australia has become a passion. Professor Manning Clark has just released his new book, the 6th volume in a History of Australia series. With 200 years behind us, Professor Clark believes we should learn from our mistakes.
I rather think that what's happening at the moment is that both sides are gradually acquiring wisdom, where both the Europeans are gradually realising that there are two cultures here, European culture and Aboriginal culture, and that the Aborigines can teach the European a lot about how to live in this old continent of Australia.
Well, what about the next 200 years? How will Australia fare?
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting and very exciting, because I think now for the first time all of us, Aborigines, British, Europeans, Asians, have a chance to make our own history. It's not being made for us by somebody else.
Australia's most respected historian also has his opinions on next year's bicentennial celebrations.
I hope it'll be an opportunity for us to have a look at who we are and what we can be, and not too much mutual congratulations on how great we are or what wonderful things we've achieved, but rather an opportunity to say, well, this is what we're like now, this is why we're like that, and this is what we want to be.
Tonight on NBN News, we'll be bringing you a report on a rescue operation at the Glenrock State Recreation Area today, where a 9-year-old boy fell more than 10 metres down a waterfall.
For all the news,
join us tonight
at 6.